I'm Bryan. Welcome to my Bad Dad Guitar Show. This week, I have a couple of great collabs to share with you, and we're going to test out some great effects with the Busuyi Rich. And of course, I wouldn't forget about this week's featured Bad Dads. But first, I want to take a moment to check in with you to see how your Bad Dad progress is coming along. Have you picked up your guitar for 5 minutes each day? Or have you participated in another activity that you're passionate about? With so much division and anger about beliefs today, I think there's something we could all agree on. Self-care is extremely important. And I don't mean in some kind of motivational speaker kind of lingo. I mean in measurable, identifiable ways. When I'm taking care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm a better husband, father, friend, listener. The list goes on. I become more empathetic to what others might be going through. Think more about what I'm going to say before I say it. I think you get what I'm talking about. I mean, this is what being a bad dad is all about. Taking care of yourself no matter what. You think you'll get criticized or made to feel guilty because others around you aren't taking care of themselves? Well, guess what? You will. That's life. Who cares? Do it anyways. Don't apologize for it. Trust me, the ones who criticize, they'll be fine. They really will. What are you waiting for? Go pick up your guitar. Let's get started. Today, we're going to take a trip further into the Busuyi Rich. And we're going to take a look at a string change on the 6-string guitar side. Over the years, I found that learning to do my own guitar maintenance, setups, and repairs has been one of the best decisions that I've made. There's so many learning options available today, more than ever before. You can take a class, you could go on YouTube, or even read support articles. Any way it goes, practicing these techniques can be invaluable and keeps you playing if your guitar needs work. What's worse than not being able to play while you're waiting for somebody else to fix your guitar? So here we go. Today, I'm going to put these new Ernie Ball Silver Slinkies, the John Mayer edition, and they're a custom gauge string. And the reason I like to put these on the Busuyi Rich is they're slightly higher gauge. They start at a 10.5 instead of a 10. The higher gauge helps keep the tremolo in tune a little bit better, and I like the brighter tone that these give. Here's a look at a string change on the 6-string guitar side of the Busuyi Rich. I'm going to need the 3 smallest Allen wrenches, my fret guru tool, and some wire cutters. We're going to start with removing the string locks from the nut using an Allen wrench. Next, I'm going to begin loosening the fine-tuning pegs at the tremolo bridge. As I begin to loosen the strings, I want to turn the center knob counterclockwise to lower the tension of the bridge. This will make it easier to change the strings. There's also a small metal stopper that you can raise to keep the tremolo bridge from collapsing all the way down onto the center knob. Unscrewing the fine-tuning pegs will expose the saddles, and you can remove the string heads. Next, using an Allen wrench, I'm going to loosen the string locks at the top of the neck. Once loosened, I can remove the strings completely. A quick wipe down. Now I'm going to add the new strings by placing the string heads in the saddles and tightening the fine-tuning pegs just enough to where the string head won't come out. Then I run the end of the strings through the nut at the end of the neck by pulling them slightly tight. Next, I'm going to tighten the string locks at the top of the neck above the nut. Now the next process of tuning and adjustments begin. As I'm tightening the tuning pegs, I'm also going to tighten the tension of the center tremolo knob. Using the smallest Allen wrench, I'm going to adjust the bridge height on each of the front saddles. I can check my intonation by tuning each string and matching it to the harmonic on the 12th fret. I can slide each saddle forwards or backwards to set my intonation. Once my intonation is set, I need to make sure and tighten the bridge screw on the side of the tremolo bridge with the smallest Allen wrench to prevent string buzz. Then I can check my string height with the fret guru. After each string change and setup, I like to use Big Ben's nut sauce at both the notches in the saddles as well as the nut to provide lubrication. This can increase sustain and help eliminate unwanted string buzz. Now I'm going to add the string locks back to the nut and tighten them with an Allen wrench. Then using my wire cutters to cut off the excess string from the top of the neck. And we have a fully set up Busuyi Rich. Today, I'm going to show y'all one of my favorite pedals. This is the tube driver. Funny little story about this pedal. When I was a teenager, I guess I was probably like maybe 13 or 14 years old and wanted to play guitar, and I was begging my dad for a distortion pedal because I wanted to play Motley Crue and Metallica and stuff like that. And so I just had a guitar and an amp, but no effects, and the amp didn't have any distortion on it. And so for my birthday that year, my dad bought me a tube driver. It was actually this almost very same one, the BK Butler tube driver. And it is a great pedal for blues and rock and roll, but it doesn't really capture the heavy metal sound that I was looking for. And so when I was that age, I kind of was like, I mean, I wasn't going to be ungrateful or anything, but I was a little bit disappointed. So I didn't really use it that much. And interestingly enough, it got stolen out of my garage when I was a teenager at the time, and we were having band practice in my garage, and somebody stole it. And so years later, probably like 20 years later, I was reading Rolling Stone magazine, and I saw an article in there about like the top 10 pedals of all time, and the BK Butler tube driver was like number 5 on the list. And I was like, hey, I had that pedal when I was a kid. I wonder if they still make them. And so it turns out they don't make them in mass production anymore, but I found some contact information for BK Butler, and I sent him a message, and I kind of told him the story, and he offered to make me one. And this is it. He made me this tube driver. He even engraved the back of it for me. And one of the cool things that he added to this is one of the pedals that Billy Gibbons uses and David Gilmour. And he makes them especially for them. And when he makes pedals for Billy Gibbons, he likes to put in this extra gain at the back. And so this is an extra feature that's added on to this tube driver that is just like the one that he makes for Billy Gibbons. So it's pretty cool. All right, now we'll see how the Busuyi Rich sounds with this awesome tube driver pedal. It's definitely my go-to. You should check it out if you get a chance. Busuyi Rich clean. This is in the top bridge position. I'm sorry, lower bridge position. And then upper bridge. All right, and upper bridge position. Ready for our first collab? This week, I'm going to feature a really cool collab I did with a good buddy of mine from the Free Guitars group on Facebook. Kenny is also producing his own show streaming on this channel, so be sure and check it out. This collab also features his wife on vocals, and Kenny is playing a very unique Busuyi guitar. It's the first of its kind, as it's a 12-string acoustic guitar on one side and a 12-string nylon classical guitar on the other. It takes a true bad dad spirit to wield such an instrument. Let me just also remind you that Kenny manages to post all these videos and work on producing his own show, all while working nights supporting his family. Yeah, that's bad dad. Ready for a second collab of the week? When you're rocking the Bad Dad lifestyle, you come in contact with some really great people to jam with. Here's a little fun impromptu collab I did with the great Don Beckett. Don has a show airing on this channel called Fret Walkers, and you should definitely check it out. In the Free Guitars group on Facebook, we have a Wednesday tradition of playing the blues. Last week, Don made a post of himself playing some great bluesy bass lines, and I just had to jump in, so check it out. As we talked about last week, one of the key concepts of the Bad Dad lifestyle is committing to engaging in activities you're passionate about for at least 5 minutes a day, no matter what. A suggestion I have that helped me stay committed to this goal is to participate in a group like the Free Guitars group on Facebook. Groups like this allow you to post videos of your progress without the worry of negative comments, and it comes with the support of a community. Participating in a group is a great way to stay inspired. Let's face it, we all struggle with mental health at times, and having the extra support along with active hobbies has proven to be exponentially effective in managing mental health. Want to be featured? Show us how bad dad you can be by finding me on social media. Join the Free Guitars group on Facebook or follow the hashtag BadDad5. Here's this week's featured Bad Dads.
I've seen the mountains, baby, I've seen oceans in the sky. I've walked the deserts, baby, I've seen cities grow and die. I've talked to little children, I've seen men and women cry. But I've also felt the love of someone by my side. So would you sing to me in the morning? Would you sing to me tonight? You know I might be gone tomorrow, but we hold tight today.
For I've been lonely, in need of someone, and so I've done someone wrong somewhere, but I don't know where, and I don't know when. Come lately, for you are the sun, I am the moon, you are the words, I am the tune. Play.
Thanks for tuning in to my Bad Dad Guitar Show today. I'll be back next week with more Busuyi demos, collabs, and tips on how to embrace the Bad Dad lifestyle. Until then, don't forget to pick up your guitar for 5 minutes a day. For more Bad Dad, you can visit the website www.baddadguitar.com or find me on social media. You can also check out the great line of Busuyi double-sided guitars on their website, www.busuyiguitar.com. Rock on, Bad Dads!